What advice would you give to companies that are unsure of the direction that they need to move into? Like, so they're questioning, where do we go from here? What do we do? What advice would you give them?
First of all, I think you need to be true to yourself, of course. What do I want? Do I want to grow the business? Or where am I in this? So you need to start with yourself. And of course, different companies with different sizes have different challenges. But first of all, you need to address yourself. What do I want? In my case, like 5-6 years ago, I wanted to grow the business. I still do. I do think we are on a
grow or scale.
For me, that's basically the same. But I understand your question, Glenn. But I want to scale the business. With that being said, when you have made your mind up, I think you need to have the right managers in place. Of course, if you're a one-man band, you don't have that opportunity to look at your management. But if we are talking about bigger companies, do I have the right resources or the right people in place? And also here, I think you need to be true to yourself. With that being said, review the operations. Where are the bottlenecks? And if you have the right people in place, then that will go quite easily. Where you actually can review the bottlenecks. And third thing, I think you need to have software in place in order for you to scale the business. I've seen so many companies that want to grow the business, but they don't have the possibility to do so because they are in software and they are in processes where that it makes it what's the English word? It makes the possibility to grow the business. The possibilities aren't there to grow the business. So you need to review your entire workflow in order to and have the right software in place.
Now, getting onto the review, what's your thoughts of having external people come in to the company to review? Because in my opinion, we all get blind. Doesn't matter what you do. We all get blind to our own work. What would you say? Would it be valuable for an external to come in and review alongside the team? Fresh eyes.
100%. There are plenty of knowledge out there. Collaboration, of course. You can have you can bring in a consultancy to review certain things throughout your processes. There are plenty of knowledge. You just need to go out and grab it. But if I were based in Australia and I had the desire to grow the business, I would, of course, reach out to companies that have come the furthest on that path. So networking is a fantastic thing to do.
Which leads me to where I'm going to see you next.
Yeah.
So
not in the US this time.
Not in the US this time. I'll put a tag. I'll put the website. But we have our international school photography conference, which seems to be growing very, very well.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, really funny and also very knowledgeable and good to meet entrepreneurs from other countries, learning from each other. Basically, as I said earlier, different markets are in different places, and I think we can learn from each other, of course, by just listening. With that being said, of course, we have our challenges, but we can still learn. And I think this is one thing that are really nice with this industry. You will never be fully learned. As I said, constant developing everything in the company is, for me, that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, as I said, I'll put the URL to the UK School Photography Conference. Look, some of the things that I might take back from SPAC, great conference and all that, but I got so much of having a beer with people, talking face to face. I'd love to have a beer with you right now, but different people having a beer. I go, where are you from? It was fantastic to learn what they're doing, and people open up, which is
great. My experience from the Swedish market, we always had an organization gathering all the people from this industry in one organization. What we are doing now with the global international conferences, I think the difference between the Swedish organization and this international conference, when the international conference, when everybody attends, they are not directly competitors, because I think that's an arena where you can be more open.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Agreed. And look, we'll definitely put a plug into that to get people from all around the world to the UK, January 27. There'll be more info about that. Finally, your leaving notes. Do you have any industry predictions that you would like to share?
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, Glenn, when we visit SPAC in US, there were lots of talks about AI and the impact of AI. I think that will of course impact not only our industry but multiple industries. So that's a prediction, of course, and that could bring more efficiency in our industry as well. But I think one prediction as well for this market or industry is that the same as I said back in 2015, even though I had my eyes for the Swedish market, I think it will go from extreme fragmentation towards a more consolidated market. And I've seen it firsthand in Sweden. I'm now seeing it coming to other markets as well. So that's a prediction. I think there will be.
Tell me more about the consolidation. What do you mean by that?
Country A, they have 50 or 100 suppliers of school photography. I think the number of suppliers of school photography will decrease, but the companies will increase.
The size will increase.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think, which is quite natural for all, when an industry is maturing, is scale where businesses grow and they scale their businesses, but on the other hand, the number of suppliers in that market will decrease, so to say. So lesser companies, but bigger companies.
Yeah.
That's a prediction of mine.
Okay, interesting. And just circling back around to your AI, I like that how you took the positive, because many people immediately go to the negative of AI. Like, what is it doing to us? The whole screenshotting and removing many companies just go straight to that. But we need to be more positive and go, what can it actually help with the industry? And so I liked your positiveness on it.
That's a mindset as well. Of course, of course, when new things come, once again, I think it's the mindset of business owners as well. If you want to see the fear in it, of course, then it's fearful. But from my perspective, I think it's more of a mindset. What can it bring to my company, or not to my company, but to our company? But so you need to address the challenges in the right way. So for me, it's an enabler. It's not a threat. But of course, we need to use it wisely. We have GDPR and so on and so forth. So with that being said, we have a lot of bases we need to cover. But definitely, I think AI will have a positive impact. It already has, but going further, it will have a positive impact on the industry.
Yeah. Look, we'll wrap it up there. We've gone way over time than what I ever expected to. So you've been very gracious with your time. So thank you so much, Magnus.
Thank you, Glenn. Nice meeting you again.
Yes, and we'll definitely see in the UK in January again.
We have a beer.
Yeah, we have 1 or 2 beers. Yes, that most definitely. All right, Magnus, we'll leave it there. But thank you so much once again for your time, and I'm sure this will help a few companies with just some little tidbits, little gold nuggets here and there of how a company of your size at 4.5 million subjects. What is the mindset behind that? How has it got there? So I'm really grateful that you've shared those stories with us today.
No worries, and feel free to reach out if you have any more questions.
Cool, excellent. All right, thanks so much, Magnus.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.